So this video is going to be something that is a little bit out of step from the content that I usually produce for this channel. If you watched the last episode of History Traveler, which was our 100th episode, and it was pretty exciting, I was at Camp Toccoa at Currahee, which, if you've watched the series Band of Brothers, you know what this place is and what it means. In short, this is the place where during World War II, men from the 501st, the 506th, the 511th, parachute infantry regiments trained to go fight against the Nazis and against Imperial Japan during World War II. So this is a place that really has a lot of significance, and whenever I was there, one of the things that I wanted to do more than any other was hike to the top of Currahee. One of the big things at Camp Toccoa was going up and down Currahee, 3 miles up, 3 miles down. So whenever, I didn't show this in the video, but whenever I got to the top, I found myself pretty disappointed with what I saw. And I didn't include it in the video because, you know, it was the 100th episode, and there's so many great things that are going on there at Camp Toccoa that I didn't want people to focus on the negative. But at the same time, it's something that I feel needs to be seen. So what you're getting ready to see are really some of my unvarnished thoughts in the moment. I went back the next day after I did the hike up and down Currahee. So if what I say is not very articulate, or if it seems like it's just thoughts dripping from the top of my head, that's exactly what it is. And anyway, whenever that clip is over, I'm going to circle back here with a few other thoughts. This video is going to be a little bit different. So typically on this channel, I'm going to historic places, telling different stories and things like that. And I do my best to keep my opinion, removed from it and just show the places and tell the stories. This video is going to be the exception to that rule. I'm going to go ahead and voice my opinion on a few things for this one. I'm standing on top of Currahee Mountain in Toccoa, Georgia. You can see the view behind me. This is the place where the parachute infantry regiments came to train, including Easy Company from the Band of Brothers. So men like Dick Winters and Carwood Lipton and Bill Garnier and Popeye Wynn, they ran up and down this mountain in their training. 3 miles up, 3 miles down. So if you've seen Band of Brothers, you know what I'm talking about. So I was really excited to come to this place. And I didn't want to show everything that I saw up here on the video, just because I thought it would spoil it. But once you get up here, unfortunately, this place has really been defaced. Right here's an example of what I'm talking about. So all of these guys that trained here went over to Europe to fight against fascism, Nazism. A lot of these guys didn't make it back, and somebody, I guess, thought it would be funny to spray paint "I love Hitler" up here on this place. It gets worse. Well, maybe not worse than that, but it's still bad. If you go over here to this big rock, now up on top there's like a radio tower and everything, or power station or something, I don't know what it is. But I mean, look at this. This is so disheartening to see what these people have done to this. Really, I don't know if you want to call it a sacred place, but at the very least it's important. And if you get up to the top, there's more of this graffiti and vandalism. You can also see, where people have left trash, their little cigarette butts and stuff. I was talking to George Smith down at the Camp Toccoa site this morning and talking to him and his wife about this. And they're just as sickened and disheartened by it as I am, maybe even more so, because this is their home. They have a passion for the history and a passion to share it. And George told me that he runs up and down this road on his side-by-side and picks up just bags of trash. So yesterday, whenever we got up here, there were actually 4 girls, high school age girls here, and they had cans of spray paint. As a matter of fact, I can see where one of them was spray painting right now. She was spray painting BLM, but ran out of spray paint on the M, and then just went and chucked her spray paint can right up here. So my son's with me. He went up there and picked it up. We were going to throw it away. And I talked to him and said, hey, do you all know the history of this place? None of them did. So I explained, what Currahee meant, and that this was where a bunch of good men trained to go fight. And I honestly had to explain World War II to him, because they really didn't even know anything about World War II. And it took me forever to get through their heads that men didn't die, coming up this mountain, but that they died over in Europe. The men that trained here went and died later. So it was kind of a disheartening conversation. But I say all that to say this: I don't know. We've got to do better. This kind of stuff we can't keep tolerating. I would like to come back and help clean this up at some point. Whoever is in charge of this area, it's not the Camp Toccoa people, it's the state. I would almost like to see them close it off to road access, or to vehicular access. And this is just me speaking. I'm not speaking for anybody but myself. Maybe work with Camp Toccoa to where, they shuttle people up here and try and prevent this. Because, man, this should almost be a national monument. This is an important place. And to see this, pretty sickening. So, anyway, hey, we got to do a better job at education. Got to do a better job at teaching people respect. If you are anything like me, then I'm sure that you were as disappointed as I am whenever you saw that. All of the graffiti and vandalism and the trash that's been left behind at this place where so many men trained and got ready to go and literally save the world. Went and fought so that the world could be free. To see their memory kind of disrespected with all of that graffiti and vandalism is a little bit gut-wrenching. Now, I know that it would be easy to kind of throw your hands up in the air and say, oh, people don't respect anything these days. And maybe there's an element of truth in that. The way that I look at it is people don't value the things that they don't respect, and they don't respect the things that they don't know about. And really, that's why this channel exists. That's why I created this channel in the first place, was to serve as an educational resource for history teachers and for students and anybody who is just seeking out like a greater depth of knowledge in history. That's why I made this channel to begin with, so that people could learn the history, and then out of what they've learned, they respect the people who were like I guess you could say the ones who put that history together and crafted it and drove it forward. And then out of that, value these places, value these stories, value these people. That's why I created this channel to begin with. And whenever I left the top of that mountain there at Currahee, I was asking myself, what can I do? So the people at Camp Toccoa at Currahee are doing an amazing work to keep the history of that place alive. As a matter of fact, So much has changed just since I was there. George and his wife sent me some pictures just this morning showing me the barracks that has now been completed, and they're working on the other three. They showed me the C-47, which in the video you can see I go in and it's all in pieces. Well, now it's been painted, and they're assembling it and putting it together, and they have it closer to the entrance. So the vision of what they have for that place is coming to life, but the graffiti is still there. And I asked myself, what can I do? One of the things that I thought about is I would like to go back. I would like to organize a group and go back at some point and have a couple of days where we work and clean that place up and get it looking the way that it should be. One of the things that George told me, though, is that it's been cleaned up before, and people come right back in and start spray painting it and start doing the same things that they had done before. So maybe, I don't live in Georgia, but maybe there are people who watch this video who live in Georgia who might have contacts with their representatives or with people who, you know, have some sort of influence, and maybe we can start making some moves to protect this place and to honor the memory of the men who trained and ran up and down Currahee, 3 miles up and 3 miles down. Another thing, you know, to help people learn more about history and to value it and to respect the stories and the people and things like that, is just simply, and I don't say this to be self-serving, but share these videos. If you think that there are people out there who might gain something from some of the videos that I put on this channel, then feel free to share it out and encourage them to subscribe. Not only this channel, there are tons of great content creators on YouTube. Just to name a few, there's Snafu Docs. There's a new guy from the Netherlands called Sander VK. Sidestep Adventures is a great one. The Iron Mike metal detecting, World War II Veterans History Project. There are so many that are out there. I'm going to put a link to them all in the description so you can go check them out. But my hope is that the work that these people are doing on YouTube has a little bit of a snowball effect, and maybe we can get more people learning history and make this world a little bit better place. All right, well, thanks for enduring a little bit of my rambling, and hey, maybe we can start by doing some work with the people at Camp Toccoa Currahee. Thanks.